And Nick, just one final question, if you don't mind. You were saying all week how BJ Penn was your idol, and you actually bought your first ever MMA fight was a video of BJ Penn's. When you were busting him up, as Dana said, in the third round, and busting him up like no one has ever busted him up before, did you at any moment feel any pity, any remorse for beating up on your idol like that, like no one else has beat up on?
You know what? I didn't mean it like that. BJ Penn was my idol. I never said that. I think people were putting words in my mouth. BJ Penn is somebody I like his style. It's my favorite type of fighter because he was bringing the same type of style. Because I said, he was coming from Half Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, and I think maybe he should represent that where he came from, and that's all I had against him. That's that's where I felt like I was in the right, and maybe he was in the wrong. I had to find something to fight him about, and I think that I don't know, maybe that's what I was going with. But yeah, there's a lot of people I look up to in the sport. I mean, maybe that you could call my idol before BJ Penn. He's one of my favorite people in the sport, I guess you could say. But it was just I trained with him before. I know him and his brothers and JD and all those guys, and I don't like walking past them and having give them dirty looks. I don't like walking past them and having nobody want to say hi to me and shake hands, but like we don't know each other, or that's just not the way it should be. I don't want to fight people I already know. I don't think that's what fighting's all about, and so I didn't want this fight. And
take one more question. Go ahead.
Nick, is there any joy in this win for you? I mean, just getting the title, even the fact that...
No. I had to fight somebody I know, had to fight somebody who we might have been friends at some point in time before, We could have had training together. They already had brought me out for training. I got to go with the sketchy feeling of all these people having some secret plan. They think they know something. They have this video on me, all this whole camera. Oh, it's not for, to go hard and then record it and put it on the internet. It's just for us. I'm like, right. Now you guys have all this footage of me in case you ever want to fight. I don't know what to think about, That's why I don't make friends. I'm over here shaking hands and doing all this, show up with 3 other fighters from the UFC and hang out. No, if we're going to be fighting, we ain't friends. I ain't even going to start that. Next thing you know, Dana's going to make us fight. That's not what I want. That's not good for the fan. I don't want to see that either. We make 2 people fight each other and they're friends, and they go out there and give each other a hug and then go into the 3rd round. What the hell is that? Nobody wants to see that. I mean, well, not where I'm from, they don't want to see that. They don't want to see a wrestling match. Nothing against the wrestling.